How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the Master League featuring Ted Lasso at QPR. And this episode is going to be probably a boring one for most, as we're going to be simulating the rest of the season from here on out. The reason I have for doing this is because PES 18 is just around the corner. We're about a month out now, time of this recording. And considering how much farther I have to go through the season, if I simulate like I did last season, I still have to do at least maybe 5 to 6 episodes, and I just don't have the time to get those cranked out by the time PES 18 comes out, because one, and I'm going to talk about this in a channel update video I'm going to post up later, about where this fall is going to be awfully busy for me, where I'm not going to have a lot of time to upload, basically. So I need to get this wrapped up now so I can get as much time as I can with PES 18 while I have the time next month. But for now, we just need to simulate up ahead. It's going to be a pretty long episode, so sit tight, everybody. We're going to simulate right through the season. We're still in a good spot for the playoff spots, but we need to make sure we get results. So we need to strengthen our side here before the window closes. We've got 2 more matches before the window does shut, and we do have offers out there for some players. So let's hopefully we can get some fresh blood into the squad to help with our injury plague side that we're hitting the wall as January is coming to a close here. But all right, enough of me yapping. Let's go ahead and just get right to the simulation. We'll go ahead and skip the first match against Huddersfield, and that's not a good result. We lose 1-0 to Huddersfield Town at home. Not been a good. We haven't been very good at home this season, and it's definitely hurt us a little bit. And that's kind of a blow, is that now leaves a 9-point gap to 6th place. All right, next matchup. You're going to see me do a lot of cuts from here on out. But next up is Brentford. Last match here in January. It's another derby match at home. We need to get a result here. Let's see, how does it go for Ted Lasso's boys? We got a 3-0 win. Very nice. So Ted Lasso able to get 2 wins on his rivals here back to back. So that's the first time that's happened in a while. So a good result for us. That sees us still sit in 12th place, but we are 40 points. Here's a look at the players Ted Lasso signed just this winter. He signed a total of 6 players, so that's actually a lot more than what we anticipated earlier. De Campo from Argentina. We've got Mikel here from Spain. We've got David Love, who came from Sunderland, Scottish. Kite we brought in earlier in the window from the Portuguese league. Braga from Mexico. And then Fabry, he was the French league. So you can see Ted Lasso strengthening his depth here. He brought in some additional center backs to help with the losses of Calker and just to pad our depth there. We've also added a winger, which we've been looking for a while. He isn't the winger I necessarily was going after, but it's just with the transfer window, you gotta get a deal done. So, all right, simulation time. We got Bristol City on the road. Let's see if we can get a result here. Get back on the winning track. And it's a 3-0 loss. Dang it! It's not what we needed. We're still sitting in 12th. All right, boys, another matchup here against Burton Albion. Quick succession here. We need to get a result here. Haven't started February off good with a loss. Can we rebound on the road? And we do. Get a 2-0 win. So that has catapulted us up to 11th place at the moment. Another match against Ipswich Town. Can we get the results? No, we can't. We lose 1-0. Man, just been up and down. We just can't get consistency here this month of February. Alright, we got Blackburn Rovers on the road. Can Ted rebound, get a win here? And we get a 1-0 win on the road. Very nice. That's going to bump us up to 10th place. So we're starting to get some momentum here going forward. Big win there. Closes up that gap a little bit. We're still 11 points out from Norwich getting 6th place, but we are climbing the table ever so slowly. Remember, this side knocked us out of the FA Cup first round earlier in the year. I think we did get some revenge in the return match, but this is probably going to be the rubber match. Let's see if we can get another win. And We do. Another 1-0 victory. Very nice. So we're still sitting in 10th, 49 points. Just keep climbing that table, boys. Team of the month. Hey, DeCampo and Savily make Team of the month for February. DeCampo, our newest signing in midfield. So it's good to see him make the Team of the month. All right, matchup against Reading here on the road. We've been very successful on the road. Can we keep it going with another victory? We end up with a 0-0 draw, so interesting there. Draw on the road's always good. Pumps us up to 50 points. Still holding 10th place at the moment. And did we gain any ground? We gained a little ground, but we're still 10 points out of that playoff spot. All right, next matchup here is against Burnley. This is going to be a very tough one for us. Can we get some? We need to steal points here to give us a chance here. Can we get the victory at home? We do. Big 1-0 win at home. So we're up to 53 points now. We're knocking on the door here. We did gain some ground there on the players of teams in front of us. Now the gap is down to, I believe, 8 points. Yep, 8 points separate us from Sheffield Wednesday right now. We play them next. Alright, huge matchup here against Sheffield Wednesday. We need to steal some points here on the road. Can Ted Lasso's boys get the job done? We'll see. Yes, we do. It's another 1-0 victory. That's huge. That's another huge victory on the road against the team ahead of us in the table. And we jumped up to 9th place now, 56 points. We're starting to close that gap, boys. We're only 7 out of that playoff spot. We've knocked Sheffield Wednesday out of contention, but it is going to be tight from here on out. We've got a lot of we're still going to play a lot of the teams in front of us, but there is a slight glimmer of hope here for Ted's boys. Another big matchup here against Wolves here as we're looking to wind down March on a great run here. Can Ted's boys get another result at home? No, we end up dropping points there at home. Just been the story of the season. We can't get the job done at home. And that's going to drop us down. Lost some ground there in the points. It's not good. Now we're 10 points out of the playoff spot. Wolves, they get a big boost. They're fighting for promotion there as West Brom have kind of fallen off the table. It's very tight between the top 3 and then the playoff spots as well. We got to get up there. All right, team of the month for the month of March, and once again, DeCampo makes the team of the month. So since we've signed him this winter, the Argentinian has been lighting it up in the midfield, so he's been a huge signing for us. All right, next matchup is at home against Birmingham City. We need to get a result here. We can't lose this matchup. We need to get the points, and we get a 2-0 victory. Absolutely fantastic. That's going to help us. Push us back up to 9th place. You see Fulham right on our tail. 59 points that puts us, and it looks like we gained some ground on Norwich there. They dropped points, it looks like, so that puts us in a position. Are we only 7 points out now? Top 6. So QPR making that push here. We're getting results here, and our players are starting to come back from healthy. All right, so Nottingham Forest is up next. Let's see if Ted can get a result. And yes, an emphatic 4-0 victory on the road. All right, with that huge win against Nottingham Forest, that's bumped us up to 8th place, 62 points. Oh, we're knocking on the door. We're only 7 points out now, but we need to still gain some ground here if we're going to contend for that playoff spot. All right, we're playing Barnsley next on the road. This is a result we need to get. We need to get points here. We should be able to get the job done, but knock on wood here. Let's see. We get a 4-0 victory. Man, we are clicking at the right time right now. We are firing on all cylinders. 65 points. And look at that, we've closed the gap to 5 points to Burnley. Oh my gosh, this could happen for Ted Lasso. What a turnaround this second half of the season is. The simulation's been great to us so far. Just got to keep it up here. Alright, we're playing Cardiff City at home. It's always been a tough matchup for Cardiff City. We just don't seem to match up well against them. But can we get the result here? Let's see, and it's a 0-0 draw. Not the worst thing in the world, but we need to we dropped down heavily after that loss as Fulham and Sheffield Wednesday overtake us. And the gap's 6 points now. We really needed to get a result there. Alright, team of the month once again, and wow, QPR really been making this regularly. DeCampo, for the 3rd straight month in a row, has made Team of the Month here in April. Brozovic, coming back from injuries, back in the Team of the Month. Zolik's in the Team of the Month, and Sablay's in the Team of the Month. So, 4 dominated by QPR players in the Team of the Month. Alright, so now we got Preston North End on the road. And this is probably one of the weaker matchups we have. Can we get a result? That's going to be important. It's another 4-0 victory. Man, we are just firing on all cylinders at the moment. Back up to 8th place, 69 points in. Another match we should get a win. Let's keep our fingers crossed. We end in a draw. That's not good. We don't need draws at this point. We're up 70 points even, just above Hull on goal differential. Fulham looks like they drew as well. The gap was 5 points. We could have gained some ground with that one. That's a tough one to draw. All right, we're down to the final 3 matches of this episode. Away to Hull City at the KCOM. Oh, this is going to be a nervous time. This could make or break our season right here. We need to get points. At least 3 points would do. We need to get wins against these guys. Can we get it against Hull City? Let's see. We don't. We lose 1-0. Oh, that might have seen our run out. We still technically have a shot. But Hull City, that's a huge win for them. They catapult into the just outside the playoff spots. We're fighting them for that playoff spot, but that was a tough loss to take. Oh, we fell all the way down to 10th as well. And we're playing number 1 and 2 next, so, and they're fighting to see who's going to win the championship. All right, this is pretty much make or break for us in the season. We lose, we're out of the playoff hunt, but if we win, we still have a slight chance depending if results go our way. All we have to do is win. We're playing Brighton Hove Albion, are fighting for contention for the championship, so this is going to be a slobber knocker of a match. Let's see if we can get the win here. We lose 3-0. So there goes our playoff hopes, boys. We are officially out of the playoffs now. Hull City have jumped us. They're in now. They've bumped Norwich down. It's going to be a fight between them, Fulham, Sheffield Wednesday as well. West Brom holding a slight edge. They're going to be playing their title. We're officially out. Looks like best we can do is 10th right now, boys. Looks like that's where we're going to end the season. So kind of anticlimactic finish there. All right, time to simulate the final match of the season. We've got nothing to play for. West Bromwich Albion playing for a championship right now. If they beat us, I think they've guaranteed that they've won the championship. But if they draw, they could see it or lose. I believe they may lose it to Brighton Hove Albion. So here we go. Final match over at Loftus Road. Could claim a championship. We lose 1-0. So West Bromwich Albion are your winners of the championship. Brighton Hove Albion drew against Hull City. And there's a look at the final table. West Bromwich Albion take it on the final day, clinch the championship. Brighton Hove Albion get automatic promotion despite only getting a draw on the last day. Bump Wolves down to the playoff spot. Burnley goes to the playoffs with Ipswich Town. Big surprise there. They made a great big push this year. And Fulham get on the final day to the draw through Hull City. They get it. Norwich City don't make it in. Sheffield Wednesday don't make it in. We end up at 10th place. All things considering, it's been a great season for Ted Lasso. 2010 and 16. We're in the top 10. And just not enough firepower to get us into that playoff push. We look like we were on the rise, but yeah, the tough fixture schedule at the end really hurt us there. And 40 goals this season, not as much as we had last season, but it's not the worst. But our defense is much improved, only giving up 30 goals this season. So I think it was a successful year, sorting out the defense absolutely. And take a look down the bottom, Burton, Barnsley, the 2 teams that would have been relegated. But interesting, we'll have to see who else gets bumped up here in the playoffs. But Fulham sneak out on the final day. And we look at the team of the month for May, and no QPR boys whatsoever. That's a bit of a disappointment, but you can see West Bromwich Albion dominated that one. It's time to pick the favorite player of the year for Ted Lasso, year number 2 at QPR. This one was a tough decision because this year we didn't really have any standout players, especially we had players injured for a long time. And just we brought in a lot of we brought a lot of people in. We had a lot of turnover this season as we were pushing for that playoff spot that we just kind of fell short towards the end of the year. I think all things considered, Redmond actually had probably the best season out there despite being injured, but you got to keep in mind he was on a dramatic improvement for most of the year, and he grew quite nicely. There's a lot of players I may consider for this, but I think I'm going to get Nathan Redmond with his recent call-up to the national team for the World Cup. He's going to be Ted Lasso's favorite player for 2017-18. Let's quickly go over who did what in the leagues this season. Quickly going over Premier League. Chelsea are your champions with Leicester second, Man City third, and Tottenham fourth with Man United, West Ham, and Arsenal. Rounding out your top 7, and who got dropped? Middlesbrough, Watford, and Derby County coming right back down. Villa was able to stay up on the final day. And then the FA Cup, we'll quickly take a look at how that went. FA Cup goes to Man City, knocking off Newcastle in the final. Tournament, let's see. Right. Quickly take a look at the team of the year for the championship. You can see QPR didn't make the cut. It's been unfortunate. I think Zolik made it last season. This season we just had a lot of injuries, middle point, and we just couldn't get enough momentum late. And had some real quality sides in this league this season. And the third and final team moving up to the Premier League next season will be Burnley. They defeat Fulham quite convincingly at Wembley Stadium 4-0. Alright, and the final of the Champions League goes to Real Madrid. They knock off Chelsea there in the final. Europa League final season, all-Italian Europa League final as Napoli defeats Lazio. So that's going to end this episode. We did a lot in this episode, simulated almost half of the season here just to get this wrapped up. Like I said, I have to get this wrapped up now because of how busy I'm going to be later in the fall, and with PES 18 coming out, I just couldn't bear to play PES 17 anymore, to be honest. So I know you guys hopefully aren't too disappointed, but I know I'm going to give a big shout out to the Evo Web guys who've been posting my videos on the forums there. They've been getting a lot of love, so thank you guys so much. Look forward to seeing more content on when PES 18 comes out here in a month. But now, where do we go from here is a good question. We just didn't have enough steam to get into the playoff spots, and now Ted Lasso's been granted an extension in QPR, but will he take it? That's going to be a big question. We do have several other offers on the table, but it's going to be interesting to see where Ted Lasso decides to go from here. So where we end up, you're going to have to wait until PES 18 comes out and we start that Master League. So once again, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Thank you for all the support, all the likes, and views you've given this series. It's been a lot of fun. It's like I said, I'm a little disappointed I couldn't play out the season, but I had to get this done before PES 18 comes out. So this was the final episode of PES 17 for me. Like I said, it's been a blast learning this, switching from FIFA to PES. It's been a blast. Really looking forward to PES 18. I think it's going to blow everything out of the water, and hopefully I can bring even better content going forward. But that's going to do it for me, guys. So this is going to end the next chapter of the Ted Lasso saga, and stay tuned for the next one. So again, thanks everyone, and I hope to see you guys soon.